I am Natalie Wilson Smith. I am a realtor for New York and New Jersey. I reside in Nassau County in New York. Um, I also work in Northern New Jersey, Union, Essex, Bergen counties. There's other counties, but I've been working in nonprofit for over 20 years in the finance unit. Joined Keller Williams about 2 years ago, coming to 2 years, and just recently changed market centers to target more of Long Island properties. Um, and for Jersey, I also joined a Jersey market center just to make sure that I have since I'm dual license, I can have business on in both states.
Awesome.
Um, yeah.
So I know we started, it's been like what, 4 or 5 weeks now. Before we started, where was your business? What were you struggling with the most?
Lead generation was the biggest struggle. I wasn't sure how to market myself, my business, and I think that it was difficult to do so on the new KW platform, Command. You do have the capability of running campaigns for Facebook and social media. I think what was the most time-consuming piece was trying to figure out how to target those audiences, um, select the right like algorithms, like what exactly, what audience you wanted to select, but it wasn't like it was very user friendly, and so I struggled with that. I did run a campaign on my own. There was maybe one or two leads, but nothing that came out of it. So that was the biggest struggle.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest struggle for most agents starting out. But um, you know, given the fact that we as agents pay KW to support us and give us the technology and the resources, I didn't feel that it was up to par. So
Got it. Got it. Makes sense. And what type of results have you gotten like so far since we've been working?
they're pretty overwhelming results. I mean, in the past, I don't know, 5 weeks, it's been, over 200 leads. We talked about this in terms of conversion rate. We talked about what would be like the people to focus on, and it really is about 10%, which is substantial, I think, in 5-6 weeks of activity. I think that's a lot, and so I'm satisfied with the results. I wasn't anticipating it to be this high volume, but it is also New York, so the market is different. It's a hot market, and there are a lot of changes happening for people, especially because of the pandemic. So people want to leave the city and go to suburbia, and so that has been a very positive thing right now.
Got it. Yeah, makes sense. And I know like you've been overwhelmed and stuff, but how has this impacted your business? And what business and personal, like how is the process impacted you?
I mean, the process is the process. I think what's been like positively impacted is the fact that I've also been able to reach out to loan officers and develop that relationship with them and partnership. And so in addition to, going through what a realtor goes through in terms of buyer leads and conversion, I also got to establish strong working relationships with loan officers, which helps me a lot because there are a lot of other loan programs out there specifically for New York State that I wasn't aware of that I can talk to my buyers about. And so that communication and that open line of communication has helped me just strengthen my value proposition, really, because I'm not just trying to help you buy a home, and I know the process for that in terms of paperwork, but I also know that you may qualify for other things where you just weren't aware of. So it's an educational piece like on my end, and then it's kind of reciprocated when I talk to these loan officers that are unaware of my process. So it's positively impacted that, and it's also just opened my mind to understanding my personality and my script, because my script is more organic. It's not like I'm reading it out to someone. I'm actually just having a conversation. Um, and, depending on what the responses are, then I can kind of like piggyback off of that and say something that would resonate with them. And it's not like totally salesman-y, salesman-y. So I mean, that touches both business and personal, right? Like, because you have to have both to kind of make it work. So
Yeah, yeah. Personally, what changes have you like just for yourself? Like, what has changed for you personally? Like, I know before, yeah, you didn't have any sort of like strong business coming your way, and now things have changed dramatically in the past 5 weeks. So, personally, what has been your impact, like in your um, day to day life?
I honestly think that, believe it or not, it's an emotional thing because you're working with different types of people, so you're emotionally invested. And so because there's a large group of people and there's enough, opportunities, I'm not stuck on like being emotionally involved so much with one buyer, right? It's like I don't literally their struggles become my struggles, and it kind of rubs off on you. So for me, it was really tough to kind of break away from that when you have one person and you super relying on that one person to do a deal. You stress it more and you become so emotional in it. But when you have 200 people and you're working with 20 maybe of those 200 people, that's manageable because it's like I can be honest and say, well, this is not going to work for you, and I can walk away,
Yeah,
right? Like it's not, oh, I need you so much. It's more like you kind of need me. I'm here to help you, but this isn't going to work for me because you don't have like, um, you're not taking a pragmatic approach. You're very focused on you need to have this, and you're literally like trying to find a needle in a haystack kind of thing. Like it's not possible in New York.
yeah,
I don't know what state, but definitely not here. So for me personally, I'm not as invested emotionally. So, this is a very emotional transaction. Like this is business, but it's a huge investment. People are running through highs and lows. It's a roller coaster ride of, 1 minute they're feeling so positive, and then next minute they're just hitting this low where they just get cold feet and want to like back out.